Welcome back to our PCT Short. I'm Jonah Johnson. So the question of the week is did the cold temperatures we experienced over most of Ohio impact our wheat crop right now? So for us here in primarily central and southern Ohio, a lot of our wheat was, like we talked last week, 2 to 3 weeks ahead of schedule. So there were fully heads emerged. And in a lot of cases, some guys had wheat that was actually beginning to flower. And so a lot of fungicide questions last week. But to the question of today is as you're looking at the map, provided by National Weather Service and NOAA of Wilmington, we can see a lot of temperatures across Ohio, and so there was some 26, some 28s, but for the most of us, we're at 32 to the upper 30s, and so the damaging temperature has to be 30 degrees for 2 hours to have bad impact upon our wheat, because when we have full head emergence and then if we're into flower with those anthers hanging out, that's a very sensitive structure to that specific temperature range. And so with that, you'll start to see, we'll have to wait till the end of the week essentially. You'll start to see some desiccation, if you will. The heads may start to crinkle up and curl. And unfortunately, we won't know anything for at least 7 to 10 days, and you'll start to see those heads turn white and bleach out, and that'll be the telltale sign. Now, looking at a lot of the pictures in front of you, the florets, the male structures of the anthers hanging out, they'll start to change colors if they were cold damaged. They won't be yellow or opaque white where they look turgid and rigid. They'll start to look desiccated and change off color. And then if you start to see some other pictures where you start to look at the wheat head itself, it could twist, it could bend, and then some of the spikelets on there could also start to be squishy and just don't look right. They could start to turn yellow to off green color. So those are going to be some of the indicators coming soon. Again, we have to wait and see what happens here. The good news is that if the air temperatures didn't settle as low, maybe the temperature increased quickly. The secondary and tertiary heads of the tillering that may be a little bit lower or behind in emergence may not have gotten the full dose of the cold temperatures per se, and so there's still a lot of potential out there. So in regards to fungicide applications, if you're just in the early flowering stage or full head, I would hold off till the end of the week until we can make somewhat of an observation to see if it's worth to still apply a fungicide, because in worst case scenario, if you're fully headed, fully flowered, and you had below 30 degrees for multiple hours, essentially you could have basically barren heads and no grain will be produced. So at that point, we wouldn't want to apply a fungicide because it would be not worth that investment. So we'll keep checking things and keep you informed. So for more, follow us on X and PCTnutrients.com. I'm Jonah Johnson. Thanks for watching.